every other memory. I had a barbecue stain on my white t-shirt. You were killing me in that miniskirt. Skipping rocks on the river by the railroad tracks. You had a suntan line and red lipsticks. I worked so hard for that first kiss, and a heart don't forget, something like that.
That was awesome. Hey, thanks for joining us here today on Driving Real Estate. I have a very good friend of mine, Bryant Lovette. Man, Bryant, how long have I known you?
Probably going on 10 years, maybe
10
9,
years.
10 years.
10
yeah.
years. You were like 15 or something?
Yeah,
what I mean. I'm just
people keep
kidding.
saying.
He is young. He's not that young. But yeah, I have known Bryant for quite a long time in real estate, and has grown to be a personal friend of ours and our families. Great guy. Know the family really well. Love working with him. Bryant, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we're going to jump right into real estate.
Yeah. Well, I've been in the business of real estate for a little while now because of my mom. Got into the business because of mom. She was a killer real estate agent in this area for a while, and decided that she needed some help. So she asked me to lovingly get my license and jump into this crazy. Lovingly. I did not want to be a real estate agent.
Oh, really? Okay.
Not even a little bit. I was fresh off of trying to go professional with golf.
Wow.
And then I tried to go professional with music, so a lot of
golf and music.
A lot of different interests in my life, and real estate was not one of those.
All right.
So,
well, very cool, man.
But yeah, I got in, started working on her team, and we launched Lovette Properties about seven years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh my goodness,
as a
7
firm.
years ago.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Well, hey, part of taking out real estate agents and their really cool cars, which we should talk about more about the cool cars that we have. We'll ask you that at the end. But
yeah.
Man, this is such a weird time. We went from, you know, due diligence of like $40,000 and $50,000 and writing up contracts and not even hearing back from, never mind the agents, but the sellers who, you know, appraisals come in and there wasn't any negotiation whatsoever.
Oh yeah.
And now, God, it's changed completely from what I'm seeing on the lending side.
Yeah.
We're seeing far less due diligence coming in. We're starting to see now where the sellers will pay the closing costs for the clients, and even reduction in purchase price, like in the offer itself. So with all those things happening, what's your take on it? Is this the best time to buy? Are there some deals? And maybe you can give our audience maybe, you know, tips 1, 2, and 3 of what they could look to do. So yeah. Love to hear it, Brian.
Yeah, I think I think it comes down to the person and their personal situation, as always. Whether to buy or not buy does come down to your finances, but at the end of the day, you say this all the time, the best time to buy a house was 5 years ago.
5 years ago, yeah.
So,
yeah.
There's two realities. Either I like to have people that are renting think about it this way. You're either paying off your landlord's mortgage, that's one way to think about it.
Yeah.
Or you're paying 100% interest.
Yeah.
You're paying 100% interest. So, you know, interest rates, therefore, are somewhat of a bad argument to make as to why not to purchase a home. Or you're paying off someone else's mortgage. So yeah, 5 years ago, best time to buy a home. But yeah, this is a tricky time to buy a house because monthly payments have gone up hundreds and hundreds and hundrds of dollars.
Yeah, on higher average interest rates, and we're doing some really cool things. I'll talk a little bit about that.
That's right. Yep. So it's driving the marketplace to get creative. We're finding new ways to help our buyers purchase homes, and if you're asking me, I'd rather buy a home at a better price, not have to pay over appraisal, not have to have $50K in my bank just to go towards an appraisal discrepancy.
Yeah.
And then refinance later, get a better rate later. So that's the way I think about it.
Absolutely. So, I couldn't agree with you more. We just put someone under contract where the price was better than the asking price. We're doing a flex cash, which actually brings their interest rate down for the first year by 2%, which is incredible, guys. Ask us about that. We'll tell you how to do that. And
we've got a client with you guys doing that right now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. So that has been fantastic, and I love it because there's far more negotiations.
Yeah.
There's a lot of educating of the clients and the agents on both sides, and it's just a lot more fun than, hey, here's the contract, make sure you close it in 30 days. There's no movement, no negotiation, no nothing, just there's the house, take it as is, and now it's a lot more fun. So what is like a couple of other things that clients should really know when purchasing a house or ready to buy right now?
Yeah, I mean, they need to think about the cash they have on hand. They need to think about the monthly payment structure, but then they also need to think about, you know, what will you be up against? I mean, will you be competing for a house, or will you be purchasing a loan? We try to get our buyers to think that through before making a decision.
Yeah.
Because, you know, not every buyer is suited for every single market. We've got a buyer that we just picked up last week that, I mean, to purchase in the environment we were in last year, it sounds like hell.
Yeah, no kidding.
And which it really was for most of us.
Yeah.
And so this is more their pace.
Yeah.
So are you the type of buyer, think through, are you the type of buyer that wants to make a 5-minute decision, or maybe a 5-day decision?
Yeah.
And so this market is really creating a lot of opportunities for folks. It's definitely changed than where we used to be.
I couldn't agree with you more. If we think about the environment that we were in about 6 to 8 months ago, where you needed a lot of cash, like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 due diligence, plus, you know, you had to make up the difference if there was an appraisal gap.
That's right.
Whereas now, you know, we just got a contract that's $2,500 due diligence. There's no appraisal gap to be made up.
Yes.
And they dropped the price $20,000 to get the deal. So very different environment. I think more for a first-time home buyer, even though there were first-time home buyers before, but I think this one is like, you don't have to be so cash intensive now, I think, to purchase.
It's so much. I keep telling all of our clients this, but what every buyer right now needs to be worried about, fearful of, is all of the millennial shadow buyer inventory out there. We call them the sideliners, and they're sitting on the sideline waiting to purchase. And I think if we're not careful, we're going to find ourselves right back in the middle of a great and amazing season for first-time home buyers to be purchasing homes. It's going to create another frenzy. And so if folks want to avoid that, they need to think about what market they're purchasing in.
I think that's a great point. Right now is that great, perfect market. I don't know if we're going to see this for another 3 months, possibly 6 months, but
we don't know how long it'll stick around.
Everything I'm reading is the interest rates will eventually come down in our lifetime.
That's right.
No, I'm just kidding.
In our lifetime.
They should come down probably in the next 3 to 6 months, and if they do, that means it's going to have this influx of all these buyers again. So I think this is the time, guys. You're going to miss a window here and look back and go, wow, interest rates were a little bit higher than they had been, but the deals were there.
It's a great point to be made. Just ask yourself, what market are you purchasing in? I mean, Boise, Idaho, for instance, was blowing up this past year, blowing up. But what was making Boise attractive was not necessarily sustainable. Whereas the Triangle has been attractive for very sustainable reasons. So demand is everything. If demand wanes, if Meta leaves, Apple leaves, pharmaceutical leaves, universities leave, which these things aren't leaving. So if these things leave, you have less demand. So people need to think about, wait a second, am I going to anticipate prices to fall enough to offset interest rates in my local area? And for the Triangle, that is not even close to being realistic.
Couldn't agree with you
so
more.
far from realistic.
Awesome point. Well, you know, when you're driving in your car with your wife, or anybody of you driving in your car with your wives, and they ask you those really tough questions and you can't get out because you're driving, that's what we're going to do with you, Brian. So we're going to ask you some really tough questions. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Which one of your parents is your favorite? Nancy, Doug, I'll tell you which one later.
That's right.
He told me before we did this.
Can we say yes?
Yes? Okay,
Can
yes.
we say yes?
He's just going to answer yes to that. All right. What is a hidden talent that you have?
A hidden talent?
Yeah, something that most people wouldn't know.
That wouldn't know about me.
Like, do you juggle?
Well, I can't say the
chainsaws, or-
alphabet backwards.
Oh, you
so
can't.
I
Okay,
can't do that.
you can't do that. Lisa Southern can.
But
You can.
Lisa Southern can,
Yeah.
but I cannot. I mean, the thing about my hidden talent is that it's not so hidden.
Okay.
But you may not know this about me, which is I'm basically a professional whistler.
Really?
And
Oh my goodness.
and that's not very hidden because a lot of folks know this about me.
Yeah.
And it drives them crazy.
Can you whistle something quick
It
for
drives
us? Let's
them
see.
crazy.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. Well, it's Christmas, so
Yeah.
well, let's Christmas season's upon us. Let's
Okay.
sing.
That was awesome. That was really cool.
And I whistle all the time, and it does drive people crazy. I used to give little whistling concerts to my neighborhood as a kid. We're talking
wow.
like 6 years old.
Wow.
And
That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your go-to karaoke song?
my go-to karaoke. Do I have a go-to karaoke
I don't
song
know.
at all?
If you do, what would it be?
Well, we're about to break it out later.
Oh, okay.
No!
All right. All right. Not my karaoke song. That's Bryant's.
That's right. That's right. I love. I mean, I'm a baritone, so I mean, you got to find something that's in my range, and that's never.
All right.
That's not ever.
Well,
easy
the song
to
we're
do,
singing
so
later
it
is not in my range. It's
Yeah,
his range.
We'll see.
It's not even. I can't even
see.
sing it. But anyway, what's your favorite food?
Mexican food.
Mexican
For
food.
sure.
All right.
Any burritos, tacos, quesadillas. Like our family was raised on
Mexican food? All right.
Yeah, that's a staple at the Lovette household.
What's a show that you might be binging on right now? You know.
Right now,
Yeah.
at the moment, we're going through all of the Disney Plus Star Wars series.
Oh, really? Okay. Star
So
Wars.
we're on
Cool.
Andor right now.
Yeah.
We just finished Mandalorian. We love Star Wars.
All right.
So yeah, we're going through.
Awesome.
We're going through that. It's pretty good.
What's a job that you used to do that maybe most people wouldn't know?
It would be the fact that I used to clean golf clubs for
Golf clubs.
Yeah,
Okay.
for about 3 years.
All
I
right.
cleaned golf clubs at a country club. I did that just so I could play golf for free.
Okay. Complete opposite. We had someone who cleaned toilets, and now
That's
you're
right.
cleaning golf clubs.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think that's a lot easier and fun to do.
I was going to say, I think I'd still rather clean golf clubs
Okay.
than toilets, yeah.
What year did you start in real estate?
Let's see, the very beginning, technically the end of 2010.
All right.
I actually
2010.
I got into real estate through real estate photography
Oh,
with my
okay.
mom before
Yeah.
getting my license. So I've actually been working in the business longer than that. But,
All right.
But yeah.
Very good. What was your major in college?
Trick question.
Yeah.
Didn't go to college.
Oh,
You don't need to
I
go,
didn't even
kids.
know
You
there.
don't need to go.
All right. Well, my kids, if you're watching,
You're going to college.
You're staying in
That's
college.
right.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
The worst one?
Yeah. It wasn't cleaning golf clubs. It can't be.
I mean, it might be cleaning golf clubs.
Really? It was the worst job. Okay.
I mean, so I got into real estate so young. So I got into
Yeah.
real estate as a 19-year-old.
Wow.
So I didn't have too many jobs going into real estate.
Man.
So, a lot of folks have a different path. They have a lot more jobs
Yeah.
on their resume. I don't. So I worked with my parents for a good long while. I could throw them under the bus and say that was the worst.
Ooh, okay.
But that
No,
was,
no,
I
let's
actually
not do
loved,
that.
I loved that.
Okay.
I did start a limousine detailing company.
Oh, okay.
And that is the worst.
Okay.
Because
Worst job. Okay.
folks usually take out limousines for the wrong reasons.
All right.
And I have to clean up after it. So
That's pretty gross. I'm not even going to go there. So, what's the best job you've ever had?
real estate for
Real
sure.
estate for sure.
For
Okay.
sure.
Seems to be the answer with every real estate agent I talk to.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Yeah, it is. It is the dream career.
If you could pick any superpower, what would it be?
I think it would probably be to move things with my mind.
Move things with your mind.
Yeah, like
Awesome.
I mean, we're going through the Star Wars series, so
Okay.
being able to
Yeah.
move things on command. I mean, that's
Awesome.
That'd be pretty badass.
So it's a really cool house. You can tell your clients, if you don't like where it is, we'll just move
We'll
it.
move it.
We'll move it
I
for
will
you.
move it for
no
you.
problem.
That's right.
All
Yeah.
right. What would be something that you would love to be able to do, but you're not doing it right now? Just anything. Could be
Anything?
physically.
I would love to be playing more golf.
More golf.
I would love to be playing more golf.
Well, we need to start doing that then.
Yeah.
Start getting out
I
there.
need to get out there more often. So if you
All
want
right.
to play golf, call me. Let me know.
So when I do this, I usually have a mom or a dad telling a bad joke. But what's your worst joke that you might have?
My worst joke?
Yeah, because it has to be a bad dad joke. So now you got to give them just a bad joke.
Pete and repeat are rowing in a boat.
Pete and repeat.
Pete
are
fell
wrong.
out. Who's left?
Don't know.
Repeat. Repeat's left
Repeat,
in the boat.
okay,
And
all right.
then you repeat the joke. That's the worst joke.
That's.
I don't
yeah.
know any jokes. That's
All
the
right.
only.
here's one that.
I'm not a dad yet. So
Here's one that's like kind of for the time that we're in. You know, air used to be free at gas stations, and now you have to pay $1.50.
That is a funny joke.
Yeah, you
That's
know
a
why?
really funny joke.
You know why?
Why?
Inflation.
Inflation.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna leave it at that.
No.
It was a good joke even before then. Even before the
Inflation.
punchline.
How about this one? You know, I keep telling Barb that she really has to start embracing her mistakes.
Uh-oh.
So she gave me a hug.
Yeah.
I think that one's.
That's the one that
one's
she
to
would-
me.
She would clearly disagree
Does she
with.
disagree with?
I saw her recent post on Facebook.
All right, all
I know she doesn't line up with that joke.
Very good, man. Well, hey, that's the end of our interview. Bryant, we had a really fun time with you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here at Driving Real Estate with Pathway Mortgage Group. I'm Franco Multari. Bryant, why don't you tell people how to get a hold of you, where they can reach you?
Yeah. Well, you can reach me on social, Bryant Lovette. So at Bryant Lovette Instagram, at Bryant Lovette Facebook. Lovette Properties, our firm, has an Instagram handle as well called Love Raleigh. So at Love Raleigh. Our website, loveproperties.com.
All right.
Those are the easiest ways to get a hold of us.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember to subscribe at the subscribe button right here, somewhere here on this screen. Just subscribe. Really appreciate it. It's Franco with Pathway Mortgage.